Hello there everyone and welcome back. We had ourselves a fun little match there with the space station somehow, for some reason, was built inside an asteroid belt, so that was really ingenious strategy there. It helps, I guess, with deterring ramming attempts, but even then the space station was just on the edge of the said asteroid belt, so it wasn't like it was a complete deterrent, but an interesting match nonetheless, and we got incredibly lucky with the engine destruction of the Custodian, which in all honesty, it demonstrates why it can't be so brazenly aggressive with the Manta Bombers, because even with a Dictator, mind you, my first Overlord wasn't really protected the best outside of said Dictator's fighters. I was still taking a lot of damage when he was running away from me, for crying out loud, so it demonstrates why I have to take that a lot more cautiously and can't really be as aggressive as I would like. Especially with the air cache favor, so with the engine's destruction though, that was pretty inconvenient for me, and it was the Cobra of all things, a macro cannon of the Cobra that destroyed the engine, so without a doubt, that Cobra was MVP the last episode, and I don't think that's ever going to happen again, so let's see if history can somehow repeat itself in the upcoming battles or not. I doubt it though, but damn, it makes me excited for those Cobras, because ideally, if nothing else, they are good at shooting down the fighters if they are up, because in all seriousness, those torpedoes are kind of mandatory. With what I said before, I can't really get aggressive to maximize my fire potential, so I'm kind of forced to shoot at a little bit of a range there, and the torpedoes against something that doesn't have high energy turn, not to mention how wide the Custodian is pretty notable. And hell, if once those fighters are down, maybe my Cobras could get some additional torpedo shots in as well as bait some Custodian bombers' attempts on the frigates themselves, which would be amazing value. But let's continue on, shall we? Alright, I guess it's time to put the Auger Disruptors to the test a little bit here, although I don't know if I can get away with the reload mechanic, but having access to a beacon to help make up for the lack of a Widowmaker I'm going to have is going to be useful here, since he can't really solid run with the orcs, unless he wants to use Novacans, which, if he's using Novacans, I kind of welcome it, because then that means they're eventually going to break in. I could try and stay outside of his range, at least his lance range, and try and bait out said Novacans to kind of encourage him breaking even faster, but yeah. Going so top heavy leaves me with no Widowmaker, not that it's really needed all that much. I do have the beacon, I do have the means to spawn Cobras, which will be really good at absorbing early torpedo shots at least, if I use it right. But we'll see how this improves. I don't necessarily have good gas cloud there. Well, if I get aggressive, I can use his gas clouds to my advantage, but I think I'm going to be trying to use my torpedoes to their best effect anyway, so I don't think I'm going to get too aggressive there, and I wasn't really planning on the Auger Disruptors being used in a defensive manner. It's more of deterring his micro warp jump to the best of their ability. So how do I want to do this? I got basically the same kind of lance potential he does, minus the fact he has an additional cruiser. At least an additional cruiser with a sap cannon, and yeah, basically he will have the same amount of lances as me, outside of the said additional cruiser, which will have only maybe... Is it only a single lance a regular cruiser can have? I can't remember. And besides, he uses fighters anyways on that thing too, so let's see what happens here. I'm going to be dodging torpedoes a bit. I'm going to need to keep an eye out for his Death Dealer, because if I could do damage to that too, that would be great. And we do have reload available too. But I'm going to be trying to evade the torpedoes some to my best of my ability. If possible, maybe. Oh, here comes the Death Dealer's torpedo shot, so we'll see. And two more torpedoes from, let's see, Cruiser and then the Death Dealer. So, his torpedoes are spread out there, but that's kind of okay. We know where the Death Dealer is. Now, can we maximize our torpedo damage? That's what I would like, and your reload is pretty bad there, Dauntless, I'm not gonna lie. So, we can take these torpedo hits. We forced 3 repairs out of them, so that's not too terribly bad. And even with the enhanced reload, let's see, this is going to be awkward. Yeah, my facing is a little bit off, but with such a wide torpedo arc, I'm kind of okay. Let's get ready. Let's minimize this damage to the best of my abilities. I'm going to miss almost all of them anyway, aside from maybe the Overlord one here. Yeah, I did take a hit. So let's keep these torpedoes going. I wasn't paying attention to where the ships are, so that's the only downside of doing this. That's the only big downside, but with his lack of fighters, I should be okay as far as doing damage. I should be okay. Gotta move. Kind of just gotta spread out my ships a little bit because they are getting a little bit tightly clumped here. And now let's see, he's getting aggressive, and he still has the shock attack, so let's prioritize weapons some. He is braced for impact too, so this works well. I would like to shoot down this one torpedo though still, but he is taking aggressive maneuvers. I like how overreacting he is. Still need to deal with the Death Dealer, which I'm not really paying attention to, which is a bit of a mistake. Death Dealer is the biggest ship, and biggest clump the better. Actually, let's just go straight for the Death Dealer, shall we? Try to, at the very least. And with his spread torpedoes, I kind of can get away. Yeah, he's boosting out. The Death Dealer took a notable amount of damage. And we already know his upgrade is, and he has the big boom. Was it the bigger explosion for when that thing dies? So keep that in mind too. It's going to be serious. I'm going to have to take that seriously. Now, he burnt the beacon there. A little premature there, unnecessary, but I can get my vision in relatively well. I haven't even used my boostage just yet too, so that's kind of nifty. So, you want to come and get it. Let's hope I can do enough damage to warrant this. I did hit myself some, so that's a bit of a shame. But I haven't been detected yet, so I can still fire at range some. While he continues to boost away and do this weird little strategy. If only those were melted torpedoes, that would be really nice. Abuse the 25 armor he's using. Now I would love to reload considering his passive game he's playing here, but I may want a silent run instead with him using a beacon. Let's see, let's try and plan this out properly. Because he is moving forward. I want to keep hitting the Death Dealer. And let's see. Dauntless, I'm going to let you just keep on going. Let's fire some torpedoes at... let's see, did I fire? No, I didn't fire all my torpedoes. Unfortunately, only 2 of my ships actually had their boosters up. So, there's a beacon there. Shock attacks, that's fine. So, I wonder if supercharged voice shield's useful here or not. Because does it mitigate the chance that he goes through my shields? Nope, it doesn't, unfortunately. That was what I was curious about. And I'm also holding fire. I don't know why I'm holding fire, but... come on, burning our beacon here. You want to burn our beacon here, right? Oh, wait. He's almost in range now, so that's fine. If only it wasn't in a bad spot, but I do have means to detect it still. I've just been doing this poorly. Just a little bit. Let's grab the weakened one here. Have my torpedoes ready. And I still could silent run if necessary. Now, let's get some hits in, try and soften them up a bit. So long as the damage is getting spread, that's a big deal. That is a big damn deal. And also, additional spine's good. There goes 1 belt armor, 1 prow. I'm a little bit disappointed. Do you not have belt armor, you silly, silly person? That is a bit shameful, isn't it? To see that. Now, let's get some auger disruptors ready, but probably not going to be too effective just yet until I get more torpedoes off. Now, let's take full advantage of this sap can shenanigans, or his ability to micro warp jump out. I gotta prioritize really well. So, nothing solid runs yet, but I can still hide relatively well. Ram it. Ram it all you like there. Just gotta make sure I'm doing my damage properly. No, I used all my cogitators, so that's a bit of a mistake, isn't it? So, focus the damage, try and hit hard, ideally. And if possible, try and kill these things too. Not likely, you're insubordinate, so that's a little unfortunate. We're doing a lot of damage here, but that's going to change in a moment. Because Prow's going on that. Keep shooting the rear. And maybe kill off these cruisers quickly. Get them turned around, get them all mixed up. That thing's about to die. Now, it's going to burn to death, so I shouldn't have to worry about this so much. Supercharged voice shield, maximize your damage. And now, I would love to shoot this Death Dealer, because the Prow is going on the other one. I think we got ourselves a victory. Maybe it's a little premature. Maybe, but so far, so good. I want to lock on too. Come on, ram it. Ooh, oh, that would have been amazing if I just barely missed the mine. He hit himself. He flew into it. That would have been the dream. Didn't unfortunately happen, but let's get some fire assaults to make up for that. 2 fires. That thing is dead. It's going to take some time, though. It's the only catch. Let's see. He does have micro warp jump. He's already augured jam, so that's not helpful. Now, finish this thing off, shall we? There, that thing's dead. No questions asked. Now, can I mitigate this? That explodes, unfortunately, but we already knew he kind of had those upgrades. Now, just gotta seal the deal. He got an insubordination. Sadly, no critical hit. That would have been kind of nice, but heavily damaged. And my engines are gone, but that's kind of okay. I'm not really in arm-piercing round range, though, but if I can get a couple of hits, that'd be great. And I kind of have the hit health to kind of, yep, just take this hit. I want to get on his side for the broadside that I'm about to unleash on him. That's all I want. Give it to me. This is over. Thankfully, this is over, so not revealing myself prematurely was pretty handy, but he's gonna explode. There, supercharged void shield, fix that. They always come with excuses, don't they? Hell, the orc strategy is so damn simple. The only criticism, of course, was the micro warp jump and, of course, his lack of belt armor. That's really the only thing you need to do aside for flying towards me. And aside from maybe dodging torpedoes, it is tricky as orc. So it really comes down to that. And he did have his fleet spreader. He was boosting to dodge them after all. He's putting more effort into his fleet than he did in the other games, from what I can recall. At least as far as dodging torpedoes. So I kind of argue that's not true. To a certain extent, at least. It's hard to really know, though. Hard to really know, but that was a victory. I'm happy with that there, but now we gotta keep winning for that to even be relevant. So, what can I be gained from that? Well, the torpedoes are pretty damn good when they can get the hits in, and it's actually really damn likely with how he's unable to do his high energy turns, and of course we've seen he's kind of resorting to exposing himself if he wants to dodge him outright. And that makes my life easy if he didn't have all those gas clouds he had, so that was one other thing he had benefiting him to an extent. But I'm happy with that result. Whether it actually denied his micro warp jump, we'll never know. Because with him saying how rusty he is, it's hard to say. He had an opportunity to micro warp jump out though for some periods because I didn't really chain it the best, and I'm pretty certain I missed one or two to keep that streak going. But it is actually really damn useful for taking advantage of the salt run if I can get away with it. I just gotta be mindful if he has beacons to easily counter that though, kind of like what happened with the Retribution, but it's promise. It's a really simple strategy with the Orc fleet because you're just flying towards me. Maybe being mindful to pick your position where to engage, of course, but really damn simple strategy otherwise, since everything is reliant on you facing your prow towards your opponent more often than not. Alright, I have no idea how to pronounce your name, but Bergenberg sounds familiar as far as a fleet name, so could it be someone who changed their player ID at one point? Hard to really say, but unfortunately this is a 600 point breakthrough, so that doesn't really tell me much of what kind of admiral level I'm facing off against, so I think I want to try and take this a little bit seriously. I may go with... Can I actually go with... No, I can't actually field all 4 of my cruisers, but... What do I want to do? I don't feel like I need the Dictator. The Tyrant, all that's useful, but 2 Widowmakers don't seem that useful to me in this kind of matchup. I think I only need the 1, and this kind of justifies it a little bit better, I think. Don't think there's much I can do with the additional 11 points unless I feel like the Dictator is useful. Raw firepower is always handy because I don't think I'm going to have an easy way to destroy the beacons until I'm getting close enough for the macro batters, and by then we're going to probably be into the thick of it. I don't think I'm going to win by the objective, unless he tries to start retreating away from me for whatever reason. Which I don't think is going to be the case, considering he goes the same speed as me. But nonetheless, 600 points. I don't recognize the name, so I'm open to pretty much encountering anything here. I'm going to go with the assumption he's Admiral level 8 for the sake of playing my A game, but I am going to be watching for the level of his ships there, let alone the number of his ships. And how do I want to engage? This gas cloud might be tempting as a fallback point for when things start getting rough in the thick of it. But this one's probably better in all honesty to kind of turn into and use for my Auger Disruptor. My single Auger Disruptor, mind you, but it'll be handy for deterring a couple of shots, especially if he's getting super aggressive or he's using a lock-on. That'll give me, 25 seconds about of immunity from his damage, unless he's using a recon probe. And also I do want to rotate my ships a tiny bit, because if he's deploying the middle, then at least I can fire torpedoes right away at him and start getting him dancing. We'll see how it goes. Gotta play it slow and cautious and try and get all the intel I need. So 5 ships, so this is without a doubt not like double battle cruisers, I want to say. Actually, he could be going the fleet comp I go, which is, let's see. He does have a single Novacan, so this Widowmaker needs to play very slow and safe. It makes it easy for my cruisers to kind of overwhelm that potential Mars, or it could be a Dictator, I'm not quite sure yet, but this Widowmaker needs to stay hidden. It needs to get into this gas cloud. As soon as I'm comfortable, it's not going to randomly die of torpedoes, though. And speaking of which, what are we looking at torpedoes? We got... It's hard to say with the crisscrossing. I think those are 2 different Dauntlesses right there. Hard to really say. We got a cruiser there. We have a Novacan, so 2 Dauntlesses, a Dominator possibly, and the the Dominator. So this is going to be good torpedo hits here. I'm going to have to turn my prow to take these hits some, but let's maximize our point defense, shall we? I don't think I have much choice but to take these hits. Well, actually, yeah. My time's going to take those hits here, and that Novacan is kind of a joke. Wow, my Frost Pattern shields actually completely mitigate that, so this is going to hurt a bit there. Maybe I could have took better face of maneuvers, but I am hating him as well. He is a lower level, so I feel a little bit bad for this about to come. Now, let's prioritize. I don't need to deal with the Dominator, although its close range firepower is going to be vicious. Oh, he only has a targeting matrix, so not a big deal yet. I want to destroy this Overlord, is it? No, it's a Tyrant, so that's the big threat I want to kill. And I don't have easy means to dodge these torpedoes, sadly. So mitigate the fire. And I think I just hit myself there. Yeah, that was bad. I was hoping to face my prow to the Dauntless, in all honesty. Not, like, turn my side completely, but... we have shields to bring back up. I did burn my repairs, unfortunately, but... let's deal. Ooh, what is it? The Dominator took a massive beating. I kind of want to turn my attention to it now. Hell, let's run and hide my ships. Like I said, it's going to give me 25 seconds of breathing room. Well, it did until I flew right into his Dauntless. And since he's focusing on this battleship so much, maybe I can get some hits in. And it may be hit him with torpedoes as well. There's a brutal torpedo hit. I'm sad that I'm not using my brace for impact, because that brace for impact, or the assault run, was not all that effective. Let's not kid ourselves, but supercharged void shield mitigates that. I got the shields to take that, but what about for the ship? There we go. That will take, maybe supercharged void shield. No, my supercharge fell off at the perfect time, so that's unfortunate. That is a real shame, but the shield held beautifully. It's just really useless, this assault run has been, because of my own dumb mistake there. A little bit. But these ships will be dead momentarily. I'm going to have another torpedo salvo come in a moment, so let's finish off this Dominator, shall we? This is going to hurt. There goes like 300 points of damage almost in an instant. Because every single one seemed to have hit, apparently. Alright. So that was a simple match. Still, the torpedoes were brutal. Not the best control. I'm not happy with myself there, but... the Retribution took the hits there relatively well. It became the focus, and I managed to abuse that to some vague extent. Now let's just kill off these cruisers, or these frigates. We're not quite done yet. I could still get some really brutal lucky critical hit of some kind. And where is the frigate? Oh, there's one behind me. I'm gonna have to deal with that too, aren't I? Thankfully I have a solution for that. Probably a pointless to use the melted torpedoes. Oh, did I seriously hold fire? Stupid me. That's not what I want. Maybe it's because he was warping out, that's why I did. But I feel like I didn't warp out or hold fire, but apparently I'm mistaken. So we got a fire assault. I forgot to brace for impact on this thing, but let's just finish it off. There. Melt the torpedoes, and we negate his repairs. So just clean up the rest, destroy the beacons, and we're done. Yeah, maybe I should have gone a little bit lighter there. Nonetheless, this is a victory there. We're going to dodge the Cobra easily enough. And these torpedoes might hit. No, he boosts out of the way in time. Just need one good hit, so let's lock on for good measure, shall we? To help increase the chances of that. And I am not holding fire again, right? Okay, just want to be sure. Because one of these are bound to hit eventually. Yeah, and we got a critical hit to boot, so that thing will be dead shortly. Just needs... once this thing dies, then that's game's over. The game is over. I don't even have to worry about destroying these beacons just yet. But it's good to kind of minimize the firepower some, since it is still doing damage to me. And apparently I destroyed a beacon. Oh, that was with my other broadside weaponry. Just one more. Kill this thing off. I am not letting you have my retribution. Not this time. Ah, well. That was probably more brutal than I could have made it. Well, at least for me, I took a lot more torpedo hits than I was comfortable with. It felt like, anyway. But with him getting really close proximity and my reluctance to actually boost and reveal myself, that may have cost me more damage than I'm willing to admit. Because I probably could have dodged a little bit better with the retribution, and hell, I hit myself with my own retribution at the beginning too, so that doesn't do me any favors. Thankfully he didn't have any armor-piercing rounds, although he was kind of flying away from me anyway, so it's not like he would have had an opportunity to seal the deal, I think, as it were. Not really much else to say with that. I'm not happy with how that felt. It seems like I could have done that so much more better, though. So we'll see about fixing that if we can, if all possible. Alright, so it looks like we're going to have our rematch with Boss now, so I'm going to have to pay close attention to what upgrades he has there. Because if he has extended lances, then he can freely shoot at me even at like 12,000. Well, he could shoot me pretty much further than I could shoot him, quite frankly, with the Retribution Dictator. So we'll see how this goes. I do have the additional shield transfer to help in this regard to some extent, but we'll play it out by ear there, because the last thing I want to do is to try and get aggressive when he's getting that free lock on, since after all he is using a siege cloud to kind of conceal his entire fleet, so he can freely just lock on and get that additional critical hit value he would get from a capacitor, generator overload. So I would like to avoid having my engines or generators destroyed from constant barrage of fire. I'm sure you can forgive me for that there. So we're going to play it slow and we're going to play it by ear here. And we don't really have much of gas clouds anyway, so I'm kind of forced to try and poke a little more aggressively regardless, because I'm not going to have much of a fallback point. So this will remain to be seen how it plays out. And with him using the adaptive camo, whatever it's called, to double the duration of his siege cloud, he gets amazing value out of his siege ship there, at least in terms of keeping himself hidden. So we'll have to find out what happens here. The shield transfer is going to be a big deal, since it is going to deny any beacons being stuck onto me, but I'm not going to have an easy way to force beacons out of him. It's a bit of the problem. And if he's going to be using 3 beacons, then I'm not going to be able to leverage some wiggle space. I'm not going to leverage my ability to harass him very effectively. And he does have this celestial body to hide himself relatively well. So, and going this asteroid belt's a terrible idea, so I am wedged a bit in the corner here. I do have the gas cloud on the left, but that puts me in a corner as well. He is boosting. And we know where the Acrons are. The Acrons are the big threat. If I could somehow kill them, that would be immense help. Since it limits... It's basically 3 of his other ships there in terms of the lance damage at least. So, crippling one of them is my big priority. I just gotta be able to get the shots I need. So, we can start to turn around, get ready for more torpedoes ideally. Get the Widowmaker turned. And I don't think I'm going to get much in torpedoes, so let's try a little more proactive damage here. Or a little more aggressive torpedoes as I turn. So we're going to dodge this one. We have about another minute before he throws a second one up. But at least I'll clear some space for my Dauntless there with its higher speed. And this looks like it's just a Hellbringer anyway, is it? Nope, it looks like it's probably... I don't know what exactly... Oh, it's a decoy. So for once we're seeing decoys being utilized, so that's kind of fun. Not that it was going to hit anyway, but I was going to hit anyway with the Celestial Body, so let's not kid ourselves. And it doesn't even show on the minimap, interestingly enough, so... There's something to learn that I can easily tell a difference, I suppose, as a decoy. It's nice to see decoys used for a change. Gonna be tricky to use as far as trying to use them to teleport blink, mind you. So we're gonna have to dodge this some. And you two are gonna have to get on moving. This is gonna be slow, but I'm gonna have to be careful because my tyrant's gonna get isolated because of this beacon. I'm confident my Retribution could get out in time, but the Tyrant needs to find a better vantage point. This is asking for it to get shot at and focus fired. So I gotta be prepared for that. I hope the Retribution can at least get hit in. Let's start getting our turn ready just in case. Because we're gonna need it, and he is boosting on up. Nope, the Retribution's gonna get spotted. That's a shame. I still got time. And if he wastes a beacon, that'll actually be handy for me, because I need to burn like a handful of them to start poking up anyway. So regroup, try and get ready to start moving in, because he is going to try and poke for a beacon pretty soon here. Now, can I do some damage to these Acrons? Probably not. And torpedoes are firing there. We are grouped back up, but he is going to have that recon beacon up shortly. So let's get ready. Especially with this Widowmaker. I want to also spot if he's skipping out on his extended lances again for whatever reason. And those Hellbringers are also going to have beacons on them, so let's be careful. Because he's going to throw them down to spot me and get some shots off. But he is spread out, so I could potentially... Okay, here comes another beacon. Let's try and force a panic out of him. This Widowmaker is going to get completely isolated, though. So that blocks one shot there. Can it block another one? Probably not, but let's start getting some hits in on something. Because again, generators are priority here. There's the first stasis bomb, so that's okay there. Now, we do still have Assault Run, and I have a shield transfer available too. Can I hide this thing back though? Probably not. And I can't Assault Run just yet because it's still in the gas cloud, or in the beacon. So 4 seconds to the Assault Run becomes available. So, those are hitting. Can we push for this a little bit? Because that was only one beacon. But it was a stasis bomb as well. And apparently he basically revealed everything, I'm going to assume. Huh, so when did he spot everything? Oh, it was probably from the Hellbringer. Alright. So we can get disengaged with this some. We do have shield transfer still available, but this is going to take some notable hits. And we do have our own Cobras to help spot some. This is a bit of an awkward setup though. And that's going to be short-lived, but he has another Auger Disruptor, so let's not get too cocky. Get in there, try and do damage, and be careful my Hellbringer. He is running away though, so there is that. Unfortunately, I had to fly the Widowmaker into the minefield. I thought I was avoiding that, but apparently not. So get moving. We got some hull hits, but nothing to really write home about just yet. And my Dauntless was nowhere nearby to actually... Yeah, what is it? Kill any... stick a beacon on there. Come on, stop rebelling on me. Oh, my Cobra is kind of getting spot, but it took the hits there. And I don't quite have Assault Run just yet, but I do have another shield transfer. No, I don't. He did waste all his beacons though, so I gotta be able to weather the storm some. Not very well. So these torpedoes might hit me some, but I'm already revealed, so... Okay. He is running away, he is disengaging, so... We do have the Assault Run, we have other Assault Runs available. It's going to be a moment though. This is going to take a bit of a hit. Just a slight hit though. And without the Widowmaker, this is going to be hard felt, so... I can get the Cobra in, but it's not going to do a whole lot just yet on its own. But we do spot. Can we actually prioritize it? Probably not. Because the Auger Disruptor there. You people have been telling me to get closer. I'm trying to get closer. See how it's working out? Either way, the Widowmaker is kind of what's hurting me more, in all honesty, and I can't summon an extra Cobra just yet. So we're going to have to try and outlast these... Let's see. Outlast these... the Auger Disruptor. He still has a second one, possibly. That was a bad torpedo shot. I thought it was the Overlord in front, or the Tyrant in front, so that was a mistake. Because I knew it was there. So, I don't want to use a beacon just yet, but a lack of extended sensors is noticed. I am going to spawn in a moment. Now, these engines need to die, or anything needs to die, quite frankly. Because he's just gonna... He is gonna, what? Just supercharge Void Shield in a moment. So we burnt that one there just fine. I don't have assault run to justify an auger disruptor just yet. And now, do I have a Cobra yet? I do. So take these hits. Now, stick our beacon on there. Now, there is an opportunity to fire some torpedoes here. Now, try and kill this thing quickly. It's a big damn deal. There, that's the hit we want, but let's see. Can I follow it up more? Because deck's gone, but it's still not a generator. Now, if he disengages, I'm going to be in such a vulnerable spot here. So, gotta be careful. Especially now his Acheron's being protected by everything else. So, torpedoes are not up yet. And there's his stasis bomb, so I'm kind of forced to disengage some here. I kind of have to. Otherwise, I'm going to be stuck and he's going to be getting so much free fire. I do have shield transfers to help some. Did I do the damage I need to on this thing? Probably not. I am destroying his weapon, but still no damn generator, and I kind of would like the engines dead at this point. Do I have any more shield transfers? No, I do not. So let's get this out. Possibly use a Cobra to take some hits for it. And if its shields come up, that'll be great. And did my weaponry stop firing? I should be able to hit him right now, right? You would think I'd be able to shoot fire at him. But I'm not seeing it in the slightest, unfortunately. I am taking a lot of damage to the asteroid belt as well, but I'm not getting the hits I want, damn it. Not in the slightest. I'm seriously wondering, and did my weaponry stop? Did my weaponry break on me again? Oh my. Please don't have bugged out on me because of that stasis bomb. I kind of would like that. Okay, his second stasis bomb's up. I'm gonna have to disengage because still, no shots on this retribution. So let's try disengage. I do have a beacon on this retribution, so that was a bit of a mistake on my part. Nonetheless, yeah, weapons are now gone, so torpedoes are no longer an option. Now, can I at least get some shots off? It's not letting me shoot just yet. And I'm messing up with these torpedoes again. Come on, don't bug out on me. It is not shooting for the life of me. Oh, there, now it's firing, God's sake. Took an eternity for it to do that. But let's get ready for an auger disruptor here. Now let's try support. Kill this Acheron here. This is the big threat. I'm about to lose a tire of my own, but I think it's kind of too late now. I think it's too late. Let's try and get moving here. And I said to fire on the wounded Acheron. You're not doing that very well. So that's a shame. Now, the other Acheron's still heavily wounded though, so there is still possibility to take these hits pretty well. I just gotta watch for an auger disruptor. Oh, that was the wrong button. I did the recharge when I didn't mean to. And he jammed all of them, so I was hoping to keep this one back for the auger for Cobra when it became available. So, only one way to do this. Once I spot this, this will go well, because it has the same speed. And he is burning out potential fire. Just give me that fission. kill off his crippled ship there, and I don't have a beacon anymore. Well, that's frustrating, isn't it? That is really damn frustrating. My retribution would not fire. Especially with the clear window I had there. And that's the stasis bomb for you. Now, let's try one more time. This is probably already decided, though, unfortunately. Not a lot I could do. Even with the Widowmaker dying so early on. And it has its brace for impact back up too, so I'm not going to do the damage I need. Alas, so this is a real shame. I don't know if my other ship stopped firing as well or not, but that was unfortunate. Well, it was an enjoyable game nonetheless, but still a little bit bitter at that one little result. Mind you, I was fixated on the retribution, so I don't know if my other ships were not able to fire as well. But you think the retribution with all the plasma macro batteries I had to bear for God knows how long it was a bit of a pain. It definitely cost me there quite heavily. And then once he got, and once his Hellbringer managed to shield this thing too, because I could have killed the one Acheron, then he has almost no real firepower. And he still has the extended lances on there. I wasn't paying that much attention to it, but that was the main concern there. Oh well. What can I do? What can I say? I just need to really figure out how to fix that somehow, if there's a way to fix it. Because it seems like triggering the warp jump seemed to have fixed it before, and hell, it fired when I turned on the hold fire, looks like. I was specifically looking at that too, so I don't know what to make of it. I honestly don't know what to make of it. But at least that was a much more entertaining battle to watch, I guess, but still, those stasis bombs kind of are a bit of a threat, and those auger disruptors blunt any aggression I have there, so it's a little bit of a shame that Widowmaker had to fly into that mine there. That was a big misplay on my part there. But it's promise. I enjoyed it ultimately there. Now, I gotta pay close attention to what the hell happened in the recording for that match, for this poor thing. Because, save your retribution, you are not doing very much retributioning right now with that bug.